wipe the field. And then we can attack for lethal. Good game. Whoa. Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for taking the time to watch Hello Good Game. We're back in studio today. We really enjoyed the Core Set 2021 pre-release event hosted by Wizards of the Coast. I know all of the content creators that I'm in touch with are really digging this new core set. We're all very excited to be making new decks and having a lot of fun with it. Today, we're playing Esper Artifacts, and now the first part of this footage is from the pre-release event until the maintenance hit, and then the second bit is after. So yeah, as far as that goes, this video is sponsored by Wizards. And as always, we're taking a look at the deck list, breaking down each card, and then we're going to go through the deck strategies and synergies. How do all of the individual cards work together, right, to form your overall plan? And then we're going to get into some gameplay footage where we look at the different interactions we can find within the meta and how your deck is going to work to overcome those other archetypes that we're able to find. This is a best of one deck right now. We've not moved into a sideboard, and at first glance, it might look a little underwhelming, but let me guarantee you that this is a very powerful deck, and I am wrecking people in Diamond rank with this. It's absolutely incredible. So, as always, if you find any value within this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and then share it to a friend so they can check it out as well, right? The deck list of Esper Artifacts for Core Set 2021 starts out with one copy of Grafdigger's Cage, an artifact. Creature cards in graveyards and libraries can't enter the battlefield. Players can't cast spells from graveyards or libraries. Manifold Key, another single copy here. We can pay 1 to tap it, untap another target artifact. We can pay 3, tap it. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. Copy of Shadow Spear. This is a legendary artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has trample and lifelink. We can pay 1 permanents your opponent control, lose hexproof and indestructible until end of turn, so that's kind of nice in the new meta. And then the equip cost is 2. Stonecoil Serpent ×2. Artifact creature, reach, trample, protection from multicolors. It enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. Moving on to our 2-drops, we have 2 copies of Glass Casket, an artifact. When it enters the battlefield, exile target creature and opponent controls with converted mana cost 3 or less until Glass Casket leaves the battlefield. Maze Mine Tomb, another artifact, only 1 copy. We can tap it to add a page counter to it and scry 1. We can pay 2 and tap it to draw a card while adding a page counter to it. Once we reach 4 page counters, we have to sacrifice it and we gain 4 life. 3 copies of Steel Overseer. This is another artifact creature, a 1/1 who we can tap to put a 1/1 counter on each artifact creature we control. Onto our 3-drops, 2 copies of Idol of Endurance. This is another artifact, and when Idol of Endurance enters the battlefield, exile all creature cards with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard until Idol of Endurance leaves the battlefield. And then we can pay 2 and tap it. Until end of turn, you may cast a creature spell from among the cards exiled with Idol of Endurance without paying its mana cost. So that's like really, really cool. Moving on, we have 2 drops of Cry of the Carnarium, a sorcery. All creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn. Exile all creature cards in all graveyards that were put there from the battlefield this turn. If a creature would die this turn, exile it instead. 2 copies of Grim Tutor, a sorcery. Search your library for a card, put that card into your hand, then shuffle your library. You lose 3 life. 3 copies of Teferi, Time Raveler. This is a legendary planeswalker coming in with 4 loyalty, static ability. Each opponent can cast spells only anytime they can cast a sorcery. 2 copies of Mecha Godzilla, an artifact creature, 3/3. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose a kind of counter at random that Crystalline Giant or Mecha Godzilla doesn't have on it from among flying, first strike, death touch, hexproof, lifelink, menace, reach, trample, vigilance, and +1/+1. Put a counter of that kind on Crystalline Giant. 3 copies of Palladium Mire, another artifact creature, 2/2, tap it, add 2 colorless mana. Smothering Tithe, this is an enchantment. Whenever an opponent draws a card, that player may pay 2. If that player doesn't, you create a treasure token. 2 copies of Teferi, Master of Time. Another Planeswalker coming in with 3 loyalty, static ability. You may activate loyalty abilities of Teferi, Master of Time on any player's turn. Anytime you can cast an instant. +1, draw a card, then discard a card. -3, target creature you don't control phases out. -10, take 2 extra turns after this one. We can activate these abilities on our turn and our opponent's turn, which is really, really cool. 2 copies of Solemn Simulacrum. 2/2, when it enters the battlefield, search your library for a basic land card, put it into the battlefield tapped, and shuffle your library. When it dies, you may draw a card. On to our 6 drops. 2 copies of Tezzeret, Master of the Bridge, another legendary Planeswalker coming in with 5 loyalty. Static ability of creatures and Planeswalker spells you cast have affinity for artifacts. +2, Tezzeret, Master of the Bridge deals X damage to each opponent where X is the number of artifacts you control, and you gain 2 life. -3, return target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand, and -8, exile the top 10 cards of your library, put all artifact cards from among them onto the battlefield. Wow. Affinity means a spell with affinity for artifacts costs 1 less to cast for each artifact controlled, so your Planeswalkers will cost less and your artifacts will cost less based on the amount of artifacts that you have, which is really, really cool. 2 copies of Ugin the Infallible, another legendary Planeswalker coming in with 4 loyalty. Static speller colors cost 2 less to cast, +1, exile the top card of your library face down, look at it, create a 2/2 colorless spirit creature token, and when that token leaves the battlefield, you get to draw the exiled card into your hand. -3, destroy target permanent that's 1 or more color, so anything that's not colorless. A single copy of Chromatic Orrery, a legendary artifact. You may spend mana as though it were any mana color. We can tap it to add 5 mana, and then we can pay 5 mana and tap it to draw a card for each color among permanents you control. Ugin the Spirit Dragon. This is an 8-cost legendary Planeswalker coming in with 7 loyalty. +2, Ugin deals 3 damage to any target, -X. Exile each permanent with converted mana cost X or less. That's 1 or more colors. -10, you gain 7 life, draw 7 cards, then put up to 7 permanent cards from your hand into the battlefield, which is insane. These spells are accompanied by 1 island, 1 swamp, 1 plains, 3 hallowed fountains, 4 godless shrines, 2 temple of silences, 4 temple of deceits, 4 watery graves, and 2 radiant fountains. We did just want to add an additional plains in there because sometimes we draw these basic lands in our draw hand and then the Simulacrum doesn't get to draw a land, and we don't like that. We always want to be drawing that land, so we're going to add another basic land in there just to make sure that it's more consistent. That's the deck list though. Let's begin to break down the deck strategy, right? For now, we will just add another Radiant Fountain as a place marker. But the strategy of the deck is to try to stack artifacts, right? We do have Cry of the Carnarium, which will kill a couple of your things like the Mire and the Overseer. However, if we do use the Overseer's tap ability a couple times, or a couple Overseer's tap ability once, then all of our creatures are going to survive the Cry of the Carnarium, and now we've got that nice protection from aggro again. So that's really our only wipe. We have early game wipe with Cry of the Carnarium defensively, and then we have late game wipe with Ugin's -X ability. So the 2 of these should help you survive. If you need life gain, it's found within Mechagodzilla's counters that he'll get. It's also found within our Shadow Spear, which is really, really cool. And yeah, so just stack your artifacts. That's the most important thing. Tezzeret's ability to deal damage to the opponent to the number of artifacts we have is really cool when combined with Smothering Tithy, because these token artifact treasures will count towards that, so that's really nice there. So basically everything counts towards Tezzeret, and Tezzeret makes everything cheaper, so there's very good synergy there. Ugin will also make things a lot cheaper. We have removal single target within Ugin, which is really nice. We have bounce within Teferi, and then Glass Casket for creatures 3 or less. So there's not a ton of removal. We can kind of phase out a creature with Teferi's -3 as well, which is kind of similar to Teferi's bounce, where it will help you survive maybe that one turn. Stonecoil Serpent works with affinity for artifacts, so make sure that your X is maxed out, because it's going to cost, you're going to get X for free equal to the number of artifacts you control, right? So your Stonecoil Serpent can come out as quite a big boy, which is really cool. We use the Mire to ramp, right? Getting into our Tezzeret, getting into our Ugin, something like this. it's a pretty easy deck. Grim Tutor should help us find our early game wipe if we need it, or our late game wipe if we need it. If not, our Tezzeret to get things going. Worst case scenario, it helps you find a land. So rather than just getting land screwed and losing the match, you can try to fight out by getting that land and just risking a little bit of life for it, right? So that's kind of nice. It makes the consistency that much higher. Honestly, the whole deck revolves around getting Ugin on the field, minus Xing on your opponent, and your board state's colorless, so you don't lose your board state and they lose their whole board state, right? The only thing you'll be losing is your Teferi and your Tezzeret, Master of Time. But that's fine, right? A couple Teferis, Tezzeret gone for your whole field's gone. That's absolutely fine, right? We have our Ugins in play. Chromatic Orrery is really cool with Manifold Key. So we could tap it for mana and then use Manifold Key to untap the artifacts and then retap the artifacts to add a couple cards to our hand, right? We don't have a ton. We have white, blue, and colorless, so not too many different colors to draw, right? I don't think that there's anything more to the deck. Make sure you're scrying with Maze Mind Tomb. Scry is really powerful. I don't want to hold you guys here too long. Idol of Endurance is really nice after a wipe. Been flirting with Shatter the Sky, but I can't justify losing all of our creatures, so that's why we're using Cry. But even the just the negative effects, like the -3, if you can grab an Uro or something from his graveyard, that's absolutely amazing, right? So the general deck strategy: stack artifacts, blast them with Tezzeret to do direct damage, ramp into Ugin -X to make sure that you have the most oppressive Planeswalker on the field and no one has anything else. And then the rest is just kind of survival, right? Making sure that you get there. You can buff up your creatures with the Overseer. Once you have Affinity, make sure your Stonecoil Serpent is huge. Shadow Spear for life gain. Manifold Key on your Orrery to untap it. Grafdigger's Cage is just a great 1-drop to shut down a lot of annoying decks, right? Glass Casket grabs creatures. Tomb for consistency. Buff your creatures with Overseer. Play your opponent's creatures with Idol. Wipe the field. Grab those specific cards you want, which is really nice. You use Teferi's Plus ability for Grim Tutor, and you can use it on your opponent's end step, which is really, really good. Mecha Godzilla is really fun as well. And then, yeah, just getting into that higher end where we're using Teferi to draw those cards that we need to survive to the later game when we can drop our Tezzeret, our Ugins, right, and get our Chromatic Orrery out. Chromatic Orrery playing for 0 with Tezzeret is absolutely busted and one of the coolest things you can do. So a lot of fun in the deck. We have life gain through Radiant Fountain as well. So you shouldn't have any trouble surviving. And Esper Artifacts is tearing up the meta, you guys. It's a really cool deck. Thanks for watching. I know these deck techs can be kind of tedious to some, but very valuable to others. So thanks for hanging in there. Quick reminder, if you don't want to watch it, there's a slider bar that now will take you to the chapters, so you can jump right to the gameplay if that's your situation, right? Thanks for supporting the channel with your time and attention. I'm live on Twitch every single morning, 6 a.m. PST. You can come hang out there. We also have live uploads on YouTube every day, the premieres, so you can come chat there as well while we showcase our newest content for you guys. We have a Discord that's got lots of community events, free to enter, cash prize tournaments, and different competitions, and just straight up giveaways that you don't even have to do anything for other than enter. So that's really cool. Join that as well. And most importantly, thanks to all of you who've been supporting the channel financially. Recently, a lot of you have stepped up. You're absolutely incredible. And we're gonna get this Wi-Fi fixed. We're gonna move into a nicer place with better internet and create all of the content we can for you guys, my faithful supporters. Thank you so much. And again, everybody who's just continuing to watch the videos and share them to your friends and enjoying the content, you guys as well, right? Because we need both of you guys to make this situation work. So thank you. Enjoy today's gameplay footage. I know I'm really enjoying Esper Artifacts in core set 2021. Make sure to watch to the end so you don't miss out on our final thoughts and where we're headed tomorrow, okay? So thanks again, take care, and we'll see you soon. Alrighty, hand looks fine. Let's just build into that Tezzeret. Taking our scry off the start. We don't have a planes to play. our tithe, so let's just ignore it. Playing our Serpent for 2, just getting something on the field. This guy's all about the draw. Always gotta love a little bit of a lifelink, right? Be gooder. I really like Hexproof. Oh. A Demir cycling self-mill? Something like this? Let's get our Smothering Tie, though. It's really good against the cycling deck because he's drawing cards all the time. So that's going to ramp our mana up pretty excessively. Alright, so this is a little bit of mill for sure. We've seen this card yesterday. It's very, very powerful. So we have our Grim Tutor, but why don't we just push in?
I am perfection in both body and mind. This should strike fear into you.
Death Touch Lifelink's nice. Down to 6, and somehow we were able to aggro this guy out. I guess it's a mill deck, so he's not really played anything. And we get to make these treasure tokens here. He actually paid life for that. Interesting. So I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say this is game. Right, we're still at 42, we have plenty. We can play Teferi for 2, which is pretty gosh dang disgusting. What would we be going for in our library, Ugin? Let's just play Teferi for 2.
Time is fragile, yet it chews through the strongest metals.
And that should be enough here once we go to our attack phase. Why not? Who are we looking for? Big boy himself. Good game. Easy wins here. We have to mulligan this. Not enough land. This will do nicely. Keeping 6. Tossing our spear, question mark? Yeah. Let's take that scry. That can stay. Nice 2-drop. He can easily pick that up with a shock or something, though. We have nothing to play against there, so let's pay here. Ramp by 2, please, and thank you. Passing our turn. We don't want to tap our Overseer. We need to pull a land next turn. Alright, cycling, that's fine. Really? Well, yeah. Let's push this guy up. Only the one has haste. We get the lands too. That's groovy.
You're a fool.
Let's just start plussing too.
My
Right, that's so aggressive. No attacks end turn. We keep the Steel Overseer for defense. Tez at 7, which is hard to deal with. Oh, unless you're this guy. Very nice. So he's got no haste, but he does have double strike. I'll take the 2 damage, that's fine. So it's only double strike when it enters the battlefield, so that's good. We can push these up, which is great as well. We don't have that plains though, which is a bummer. We're gonna have to deal with it this way.
Recklessness and fear are the seeds. Bathe in ghost fire.
And then we can hit him again with Tez.
That is the sound of your demise.
No attacks. We just keep our creatures for defense right here. Oh, really? He gets to cast 1 spell for 7, and it's a Drax. Nice. This guy is banging out dragons on us. Let's push our creatures up one more time. We can play this for 0, which is really cool. Still don't have that plains though, which is pretty annoying.
Secrets manifest before you.
Let's just go for it.
My
It's a lot of land, but a lot of artifacts as well. We need a basic plains within this deck, I think. That would really help. Oh, 5 minutes. This is still a match somehow. Let's equip this here, I guess. Oh, oops. LOL. That's on us. I didn't realize it would tap him using the mana for Shadow Spear. I wanted to attack with it because it was our strongest creature. That's on me. We're gonna be just fine though. I think. Nice. Oh my god. So we kind of get a little bit blasted here. Does the double strike trigger the attack thing twice? This is what I need to know. Other targets, he should be killing Ugin and Tezzeret. No? You do you, bro. Oh, and he didn't target that one, actually. That's on me. It looked like he did. And now, does it trigger again here? That would be bad. No, it doesn't. Okay. Praise the Lord. Playing an Ugin the Spirit Dragon for 0.
Always consider the consequences.
It's like 5, 6,
of your
7.
freedom.
So let's get this damage in first. A little life gain there. Before we exile everybody.
You have already lost.
Let's just wipe the field.
You think you have won?
And then we can attack for lethal.
Creation itself can be undone.
Good game. Woof. Alrighty, I think we keep it even though it's not that good. LOL. Taking the Scry off the start, that's always nice. Smothering Tithe for 4, which we cannot cast unless we draw our 4th land. So let's toss it and focus on the land as a first priority. Pallet Collector's aggressive. Let's get the Overseer out. Serpent can come out for 3. Ooh, little Gruul, baby. Loving it. So we have no sweepers. This guy's gonna get us for shizzle. So on defense, we can declare blockers and then tap him, which is pretty cool. Stonecoil Serpent has protection from Domri's Ambush. And the Goblin. And the Heart of Keld. Perfect. So we're able to set up our wall. We can Glass Casket this so he can't ramp, I guess. Right? I feel like that's an appropriate play. Pass our turn, and we're just going to try to use our Stonecoil Serpent as like a wall that he can't get through. Ooh. That's always really good. We're going to get rid of that, I think, anyways. And just push our creatures out, push the land ramp as hard as we can. At what point do we start aggressing? Right, this God of Destiny will hit the field this turn most likely. And it can attack for free. But our Serpent can survive it, at least. It's a weird situation that we're in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more land, we can play our Orrery. But again, this is just something normally we like to drop for 5 after baby Ugin's on the field. If he attacks, we have a 4/4, a 6/6, and a 3/3 to block with. And he doesn't want to lose his devotion for God of Destiny. That's the thing. Okay, so he gets the trade. That's not a bad play. Blessing our
All
Teferi.
right. Who's ready for a good time?
Keeping our defenders. Teferi can minus to face something out, which could help us. That chip damage is annoying. Looking for a Shadow Spear, get some lifelink going here. Okay, the Spellbreaker brings the God of Destiny out. We have to put our stop here first. But it actually doesn't matter. So we can just phase out whoever attacks Teferi. We should still be safe though, because the 6/6 kills everything. So his attack is useless, it just taps his god. Unless he goes all out and tries to outpace us later on. He'll lose his God of Destiny from the field though if he loses creatures, right? He needs to keep that devotion up. This is the last match of the pre-release event though, so taking his time, he's not in a hurry. Well, I guess let's take the draw then. Life is helpful. Orrery is a bomb. Oh, actually, Zed that. Let's plus Arts Fairy here. We have to discard it automatically. It is what it is, though. And this next attack is not going to be good. We're down to 14. We need to pull an Ugin off the top and obliterate his field with an exile. Right? That's what we want. Probably should have kept Grim Tutor for that exact reason. But that it would have opened him up for lethal on us, I think. Because we would have had to pay 3 life. We would be at 9. We can block 2, stop 1. Yeah, I think we should have tutored for Ugin. Yeah, we have the land. That could be on us. Right? We had Grim Tutor, we tossed it. We should have taken a look for Ugin. Hmm. Interesting.
My past is catching up to me.
Well, I'm not going to complain. We don't Well, we do have colors, or the land's colorless. How does that work?
This will end badly for you. My artifacts give them strength.
Right. Do lands count as permanent colors?
This was humbling.
Because I'd hate to pay that to draw one from Glass Casket. I mean, if Tezzeret can survive, that's a little bit better, but definitely trying to top deck that Ugin. Maybe even a Grim Tutor. We should have done that a while ago, though. We get to draw a card here, at least. That does help. Definitely helps. That doesn't. Get a nice draw. Overseer's played for free. Fountain gains us life. Let's just put that on our Serpent. I think that's the best play. Let's just plus here. I know we could minus, but the life gain is so helpful.
Just concede.
Up to 21 again, right? Still looking for that Ugin so we can minus on him. Gets rid of the Steel Overseer. And we're still taking that chip damage every turn. 7/7, trample, reach, protection from multicolored. Wow. That's a lot. We could block 2 4s and he still takes a ton.
You will pay for this.
Oh, damage can't be prevented from questing beasts. I forgot about that. I don't think he had too much. Yeah, he didn't. That's on us. 2. Okay, we find our Ugin. No attacks, we survive, and then we use Ugin's minus ability on Questing Beast. Oh, Heart of Keld is exiled with our glass casket. Whoops! Right, just taking the damage here. Hurts, but whatever. Ouch.
Every creature deserves life, and I will protect them.
That hurts.
I'd like you to meet my friend, Stompy.
I came into being long before your kind ever existed. Begone, interloper.
Another Teferi does help quite a
If I
bit.
don't have a plan, I'll just make one up.
Let's get rid of these lands. Oh man, what I would give for Vigilance. And the idol does nothing. Keeping our land in hand to discard. Takes our Tezzeret.
You think this fight mattered?
This Vivian is good though, right? And he's gonna go for the kill on Ugin. There's no way he leaves that alive. Maybe we can get sneaky with a Teferi minus. And really lucky with that Ugin top deck, baby. Down to 33. And we've not seen it yet.
Joins a chorus of roars.
Okay, Vivian minus. He's gonna play. Oh, nice.
My herd grows ever larger.
So he gets to play something for 3 from his library. Which is pretty sick, right? That's really good. Oh, what I would give for that Grim Tutor right now. Alright, so we're gonna have to minus Teferi, I think. Or do we just go big and plus him? What do we do? Right? It's frightening. Pressing B should just be hitting my life points. I'm interested. Right, there is only so much time. Okay, so Questing Beast is fixed now. And he wants the kill on Ugin confirmed. Right, both of our creatures should survive. We grab 9 life. We lose Ugin.
This experience still proved useful.
God of Destiny off the field for now. Oh. And we don't even get to plus that. Teferi's down.
I was out of sync.
Let's just use this because. Oh man, are you joking me? Something. What are we gonna do? Just try to get lucky and survive? Questing Beast becomes phased in, that's why the God of Destiny comes back into play. We're down to 31, begging, literally begging for our Ugin Spirit Dragon. He wants more mana here, that's interesting. Dropping for 5, that means that's a little bit frightening. A very good match, though, none the least, right? I'm glad we got a really long, valuable match before the pre-release event ended. I mean, he can just attack with Questing Beast, that's fine. Alright, hopefully taking the beast out. If not, getting rid of one of his battle tricks. That's really good, right?
Every day is a new mutation.
Where X is the number of lands you control. That's frightening. Right? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. It would be a 10-10 first strike.
Another time.
Crazy.
Planeswalker.
Oh my lord, we get so lucky. That's awesome. Thinning our deck of land, which there are none of, no basics. And we're gonna kill this Nissa now. Or Nissa, Vivian, the green planeswalker.
Time to lick my wounds.
Up to 35, so we're safe on the damage front at least. Stonecoil Serpent should be able to survive everything he has. And Embercleave could get pretty nasty if unchecked. Savaging Ooze wants more power. just dumping his mana into the ooze. Pretty cool, actually. And then playing the Spellbreaker, so he can double block, right? He's got enough for that, so that puts us back on the defensive. Are you serious? Okay. Oh, goodness gracious. Good game. That's core set to 2021, everybody. Esper Artifacts. We go first. Our land's not great. We do get to scry, though. And we do have a 2-drop. If we can get a land, we have a 3-drop. If he can survive, he can plus. And hopefully we can instant speed our tutor. And we have a little bit of aggro protection as well. I like it. Looking for that land. Oh, you can just switch your dog automatically. Interesting. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be that way. We don't have a plains. That's going to be our issue here. I'm not going to pay 2 life for land and then 3 for the Grim Tutor. That's a little bit excessive. The Ugin is nice, though. And we need to find that land. It's really important to us. This is the worst thing I've ever done with my time. Is there a scry plains? Right here. Hey, sometimes that's better than not pulling a land at all. And then having our mire on top is fine as well. We can cry if he plays creatures. And then we have a little bit more ramp later on to try to get our Ugin out. No attacks. And turn. We could potentially get him strong enough. What are we discarding? Teferi?
I do hope this mask is intimidating enough. Empty your mind.
We also get a counter. But I think I'm going to wipe us both here still. Right, kills Davriel.
It's not abandonment. It's
And then bounce his Gorger.
If you show remorse, I'll show restraint. Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
Yeah, we need to get our mire out for that extra little bit of ramp. That's going to be really important to us. Ooh. Ooh. We pull land. That's amazing. Couldn't ask for a better resolve than that.
I've got it.
No attacks from us. We can click up both our mire and our overseer. Ouch. Mana 3 or less. That's a bummer. Ritual slays us. And he kills our planeswalker. Glass Casket works with 3 or less. He's 4 or less. And Cry doesn't get it either. Big time ouchies. Just looking for land. Well, the potential draw is really good.
Trust me, you'll thank me later.
This costs more mana, so let's bounce that.
Let's try this.
We do get the land, which I'm going to pay for. And then we're taking his Gorger with her Casket. That should help Teferi survive. We have 6 lands in play. We can Ugin minus. We don't need any more land.
Trust me, I have a plan.
Every exploit ripples through time. Bathe
Got him. So we have 2 planeswalkers on the field. He's got 5 land and a full hand of cards. Disenchant. Does it come in with Summoning Sickness? Yes. That's good. Dawn of Hope. That's also good, though. We can just hit him with an instant speed cry. So we need to keep 3 mana available.
ether itself serves me.
Let's just push it.
You're a fool if you think you can outmaneuver me.
Artifacts. It was an artifact, right? Yeah. Let's bounce the casket back to our hand.
Your end is near.
And we're grabbing the Gorger. Again. That reduces the cost of our Ugin, and we still have Cry available. 3 planeswalkers, so slowly assuming full control. A Grim Tutor underneath of our Spirit token. A little bit of Death Touch. Sure. Cast this for 1, why not? Just drops the cost of our Ugin. We will definitely play a land, even though there isn't one. So a few more basic land could help, but nonetheless, it's okay. Let's plus Teferi.
That's more like it.
Let's plus Ugin. Let's play our other Ugin. And then we're going to plus Ugin to kill his vampire. Got him. I hope he stays in the match a little bit longer. That would be nice. And then we plus our Tezzeret. We deal a ton of damage. By that I mean 2. I thought the spirit tokens were artifacts, just because they're silver, right? Nonetheless, we have a nice board state. We have a decent hand, I guess. Not really. It does protect us from his aggro style deck, though, if he does get going. He needs like an Elder Spell, followed by another Ritual of Soot or a Cry, something like this. We'll let him gain the life, I guess. That's maybe the main objective here. Then he gets to draw a card. Oh, and here's the Shatter that we were expecting. So this is actually pretty funny. This gives us Grim Tutor and Teferi Master of Time. And we get to draw a card. Game. As far as draw hands go, this is not good. The only thing that makes it good is we have a 1-drop, we have a 2-drop, and we have a 3-drop. That might work. I'm looking for land. Everything else can go. Okay, perfect. He could counter it, I guess. I don't know if that's worth it. He knows Ugin's coming. You gotta hold that counterspell, boy. Let's scry before our upkeep. Ooh, Teferi bounce on our Manifold Key. Teferi bounce on our Tomb is very bad. It resets the page counters, so we don't have to sacrifice it. Okay, perfect. We get a free scry. Land to the top.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
Let's tutor. We know he's a weird control deck, so how do we get around this? Stonecoil Serpent, protection from multicolor? Or do we go straight in with our own Teferi? Tough call. We don't really have too much to ramp into. Oof. We are getting boxed out with these planeswalkers.
For a peaceful resolution, enlightenment begins within.
Here goes nothing.
Okay, that's alright.
If I don't have a plan, I'll just make one up.
Scry can go. I don't think there's any creatures to worry about. And then we still are ramping with land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We play Ugin. We Teferi tutor.
Many paths lie before
Or we just Grim tutor. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. That's so bad. Let's see what we get. Glass Casket can go. Target creature again. I don't think we have to worry too much about creatures.
Time's up. I've got time.
I need rid of that ECD. Is it worth the Ugin minus on it?
I came into being long before your kind. I can create
It's unpleasant.
or destroy.
Playing the tomb for 0 is nice, admittedly. Right, Godzilla comes out for 1. Okay, Banishing Light on our Ugin. Could be worse. Maybe we can get rid of that Banishing Light, right? Let's take our Scry. Land can go to the bottom, most definitely.
I shall withdraw from this petty squabbling.
To open the mind, you must first open the heart.
This might be a bad idea.
I guess let's try to pull a field wipe. Taking a Tezzeret. Even though we just need an Ugin. We're so far away from that, though. Vigilance is pretty nice, but I imagine he just gets bounced with the fairy here. Bone Crusher up top. A little aggressive. Into a Deafening Clarion. Okay. And then into his Bone Crusher. Good value, I mean.
Enlightenment begins within.
Definitely doing stuff. Oh, he's got his own T4.
My skills are aged to perfection.
Still gonna scry. We're looking for an Ugin.
Don't worry.
Even though we could have bounced Banishing Light, that probably was the better play. And then use Ugin to minus on one of his Planeswalkers again. Shenanigans.
I am here. You have been warned. You should just concede.
We're in a really bad position. This Narset's ready to minus. Teferi is on play, clicking up. We should have taken our Teferi, bounce his Banishing Light, and then used our Ugin to minus, forcing him to take our Ugin again. Drops a Shatter, which is nice. Oh, Shark Typhoon, that's not good though.
Meditate with me.
What does he discard here? He wants to hit our Tezzeret, I think, probably.
I'll
He's
protect you.
bouncing our Overseer, which is fine. I think that's it. Looking for our Ugin. Taking the scry. Here, Ugin, Ugin, Ugin. A little bit more life, I guess. It's not going to matter once the Shark Typhoon starts converting. We're desperate. We need an Ugin off the top, baby. We have 8 mana available because of Tezzeret's affinity for artifacts. Oh no, I think that drops us. 7 now. Teferi would be cool still. Are we waiting on him or me? Question mark. I mean, he's got far superior board state. I don't know why he'd be taking his time. Just get this beating over with. Ah, Grafdigger's Cage. That's the missing piece to our victory. Next turn is going to look a little gross. Maybe we have one more chance to draw an Ugin next turn, though. Down to 40 cards. Oh, I think he's just not used to the Teferi triggers. That's why its priorities being held up. Teferi the Trigger Master. Nice. I still think we have a chance to draw an Ugin. And he's probably going to kill Tezzeret. And we have enough land organically. If we can top deck an Ugin, loving it. We are going to minus X all over the place. -6 specifically. Oh, he's trying to power up for next turn. He wants it all in one, baby. What if he was holding up a Dovin's Veto? That'd be terrifying.
To open the mind, you must first open the heart.
Okay, spends his mana, no veto.
I have practiced
Woof.
against many foes like you. Meditate and prepare.
Elspeth Conquers Death is very good. Alright, let's set our stop. Take a deep breath, relax, do a quick visualization. Ugin the Spirit Dragon. Draw. That's not him. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Exile top 10 cards from your library, put all the artifact cards from among them onto the battlefield. Let's see what we get. Maybe it saves us, I don't know. I doubt it. I think we got 2 things only. We did mill our Ugin. Not good. So the cost on that is 2, so we need to leave 2 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, affinity for artifacts. We could have cast that for way higher. I didn't realize that counted on an X cost as well. He could have been huge. Right? We could have buffed by an additional 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my lord, he could have been a 12. 12, you guys. What have we done? Now attacks. Oops. Stonecoil Serpent's nice. It dodges ECD as well. I just wish we had the bigger serpent so we could have survived. If we go to -4, we could have survived. So I don't mind this Ugin. I mean, I know he's just going to plus and kill something, but if he minuses, that's great news for us. We're a colorless deck. Yeah, Tezzeret's gonzo.
Hone your prowess.
So even if we pulled our Ugin, his survives. But then we get our Ugin back, which can minus on... No, it can't. It's got to be 1 or more colors there as well. Alright, dragons have been called. Let's see how he makes out. This is incredible. Obviously, we kill Sarkhan with our Stonecoil Serpent. Or Ugin. Kill Ugin, top deck an Ugin, wipe the field. Oh, we can't kill Ugin, it's not attacking. So we go up to 29, and then we're taking 4, 8, 12, 17, 20, 24, 28. Oh, we should have done our Steel Overseer for an additional point of life gain. My bad. That's on us. We'll do it now. Little mistakes, little mistakes. I don't think he has any creature cards in his graveyard is the thing. So that's just a straight up bummer. Why don't you play with Uro? Oh, did we get one? I guess our mecha. Okay, okay. It's still very bad. Good game. We tried our best. No cigar, though. So Jessicai's Super Friends beating out, you know, just our Esper Artifacts deck. I'm just going to back out because this guy's got time management problems. Alright, we see another bonk hand with only 2 land. No ramp. I'm gonna mulligan. At least we have our ramp here. And we toss the Tithe. If we can pull our 3rd land, which we do, that's really, really nice. We don't have a 2-drop. So let's put our Cage in 2nd. Rather than spending life to do so. Or playing our Swamp. Godzilla. Okay, whatever. Takes our Godzilla. What a guy. Let's see if our Mire can survive. Interesting. We're just trying to ramp into Ugin. The bummer is this Godzilla that we're going to need to deal with somehow. We have Ugin next turn. The Godzilla, though. Do we double block the Godzilla and just play Ugin later? He missed his attack phase. Let's take Godzilla out, and then we can Ugin next turn. We could have paid life for a tithe, but I don't think it's worth it. We'll chump block with our Simulacrum here for a draw. And we're going to take out Robber of the Rich. Oh no. Do we survive this? Or, yeah, we do. Okay. Oh, maybe not. He can discard a card. And whenever power 2 or less. So he could have done an additional or drawn 2 cards there. Okay, does he have a shock as his last card? No. We're so lucky. All he needs is 1 burn spell. Get rid of his Ember Cleave as well. And that gives us our own Godzilla back, which is nice. We need life gain on that. Oh, Lord. Alright, he's got to land. And an Ember Cleave. This is good. Grab some life. If he is a creature, we can Mind Sit out, so he does need direct damage. Tithe can go, we have plenty of land. The artifacts are nice, but... Whew, he almost got us. We can minus onto Fairy. I doubt he can deal 6 damage. Oh, ho, ho. All right, Esper Artifacts, I think, is one of the most powerful decks in the new M21 meta. Ugin the Spirit Dragon is broken, especially when you run a colorless deck. Combo that with Tezzeret's affinity for artifacts. Oh my lord. And this is all accomplished very easily through the ramp of Smothering Tithe and Paladin Mire, right? We're going to continue to work with this deck and showcase it throughout this season. But as far as a base shell build, this is it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm live on Twitch every single day, 6 a.m. PST. Come hang out. We have live daily uploads on YouTube showcasing our latest content, so come talk there as well with me. Join the Discord. I'm in there all day. We have over 1,200 people, beginners to experts. It's a great place to get help or just to share your experience with the game that we all love. Big shout out to everybody supporting the channel financially. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for making this stream possible. And everybody who continues to just pay with their time and attention, you guys are incredible as well. Don't count yourselves out because it takes two to tango, right? So tomorrow we're going to look at Esper Flash or Esper Blink. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I think it's another very powerful archetype. We're really crushing the Esper in Core Set 2021 and really enjoying both Teferi and Ugin. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share to a friend, hit the bell icon so you're notified of tomorrow, and then you can do it all again. Thanks so much, take care, and we'll see you later.